Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today I want to talk to you about blended family considerations. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you have any questions related to estate planning or probate and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to estatemeeting.com. It'll literally show you the calendar. You pick a time, you pick a day, we talk. estatemeeting.com. Okay, so today I want to talk about blended families. Something I've talked about a couple of times before. Can't remember exactly what I've said. It's going to be similar, but probably a little bit different. Let's just try to make this intro as vague as possible. I spoke with some potential clients this morning, and they had a blended family. I come from a blended family, and I know that there are important considerations, and based on the people that I talk to, sometimes sort of the full significance of what the blended family means and the decisions that have to be made are not known. So I want to talk about them again, just in case you fall into that category. And just to be clear, when I'm talking about blended family, what I'm really talking about is, two people that have kids from a different relationship coming together. And the kids can be young or old. It doesn't really matter what their ages are, because what you really have to think about is, now you're married, you have this new spouse, and they have their own kids, and you have your own kids, and sort of the balance between taking care of your surviving spouse when you're gone, and also maintaining or creating something that is lives on for your kids once your new spouse is gone. And how do you put that together? Typically, what I is a scenario where you create a trust, and the trust directs that when the first spouse dies, that spouse's assets are carved out into a separate trust. The surviving spouse still has access to those assets, but when the surviving spouse dies, the assets that are in that separate trust then go down to the kids of the spouse that died first. Hopefully that made sense. The only real consideration is, well, that's one way to do it. There are many other ways to do it. You can just give everything to the spouse and let the spouse handle it. But with the scenario that I spoke about with the trust, one of the main considerations is, how much access do you want the surviving spouse to have? Do you want them to have complete control and complete access over those assets? Or do you want to put some criteria in place, some protections in place to allow the spouse to utilize those assets if they need them, but to also sort of protect against the surviving spouse sort of maybe cleaning those assets out, using those assets up first, leaving nothing for the children of the spouse to die first. All right, so some things to think about. One last thing I'll say about this is, then this may be sort of an awkward conversation. It may be weird. It may not feel totally great or right, but if you care about your spouse, if you care about your kids, it's one of the hard conversations that we just got to have, right? It's one of the hard conversations that we need to work through, so that we can make sure that all of our people are taken care of in a way that makes us satisfied, that makes them satisfied, and make sure that they actually are taken care of when the time comes, because really that's what's most important. So we can't go through this life without having hard conversations. All we can do is approach them sort of with an open mind, an open heart, open dialogue, and listen to what everybody has to say. Think about what we really want inside, and then do our best to sort of make all of those things come together and blend together so that it works for everyone. Okay? So that's it. If you have any questions if you like this video or this podcast or wherever you're finding me, hit the like button. If you have a question or comment, please leave it. If you know someone that needs to hear this, please share it with them. And if you have a question or comment related to this or to anything else related to estate planning or probate, please go to estatemeeting.com. You can set up a time to talk with us over the phone for free. estatemeeting.com. All right, that is it. As always, I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning. We do probate. We do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.